and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the NewzBeat presented to you by Ladies Like and Survivor. Follow the beat from the studio to the street. Info with the flow, keep you sharp and in the know. Sit back, relax, enjoy the news, follow. World Press Day, celebrated on 3rd May, to raise awareness of the importance of freedom of press. Freedom of media in Africa has grown less.
Amnesty International calls on African governments to ensure journalists are free to express their views on the continent, free from fear, intimidation, and harassment.
In Gambia, the July 2013 Information and Communication Act states that fined and penalized up to 15 years imprisonment.
That is for offenses including making offensive statements and instigation of violence against the government.
In Cameroon, journalists are being detained and arrested. Some face terrorism charges threat while contained.
Radio Public Africa's live coverage of the protest of the 3rd term in Burundi was prevented. In Ethiopia, for their work, reporters are being convicted.
A skinned-up nigger was found guilty of incitement to terrorist acts. He's considered a prisoner of conscience by Amnesty International.
With over 30 Indonesians dying daily from drug abuse, it's no surprise that Indonesia has tough drug laws in use. It carried out the execution of 8 drug offenders, despite foreign appeals and pleas from family members. There were 2 Australians, Miran Sukumaran and Andrew Chan, Martin Anderson, a Ghanaian, and Zaina Abidin, a native Indonesian. Rahim Agbaje, Sylvester Obiekwe, Okudidi Oyatanze, all Nigerians. And the schizophrenic Rodrigo Gualati, a Brazilian. Rodrigo, who was also bipolar, could not comprehend that he was going to be executed till the very end. Filipina Mary Jane Veloso, who was also set for execution, was given a last-minute reprieve and released from prison because the woman who had duped her into carrying the heroin had surrendered herself to the police in the Philippines. Another convict Frenchman, Sergei Areski too, was spared because he still has his appeal under review. Although human rights organizations called for leniency and world leaders made spirited appeals for clemency, and nations recalled their ambassadors and called for common decency, Indonesian authorities insist they are cutting out the drug cancer, despite the United Nations condemnation and global anger.
Maternal deaths have been dropping over the past 2 decades globally, but Uganda is still lagging behind, unfortunately. 435 of every 10,000 Ugandan mothers die annually, most of them losing their lives during child delivery. 17 pregnant women in Uganda die on a daily basis from preventable maternal deaths, according to statistics. Many women have died due to medical staff incompetence, and most of these cases have gone unnoticed without evidence. But there was a lawsuit against Nakaseke District Local Government. Nakaseke Hospital was fined because the doctor was negligent, and his actions led to death of Irene Nanteza, who was admitted in hospital with a 2nd-stage labor. Court documents show that Nanteza's labor was obstructed, which led her to bleed 8 hours unaided. A civil organization, Center for Health and Human Rights and Development, along with Nanteza's husband, sued the establishment. Justice Benjamin Kabito, in his ruling, made the hospital pay and folded Dr. David Mubezi, who was on duty that day. 35 million shillings was ordered to be paid by the health facility, and the money to go to the deceased Irene Nanteza's family. The World Health Organization recommends a midwife to handle only 175 births per year, but a Ugandan midwife is likely to assist over 300 mothers to deliver, who have to brave the poor health conditions and infrastructure. Although Uganda is among the countries making progress, there is still much to be done to rescue these maternal losses.
The beauty of Uganda's unity is in its diversity. Our reporter GNL Zamba is here with the insight.
When you think of diversity, you think of variety. In a society, it's a hub for creativity, where ideas are nurtured for inclusion and prosperity. Did you know that Uganda is the most diverse country in the world, rich in its people and the cultural values that they hold? Therefore, it's imperative to teach all citizens, young and the old, about the beauty of our diversity from every threshold. Respect and tolerance, even with religious and cultural differences, will enable us to continuously live harmoniously. Learn from countries like our neighbor Rwanda, that has been through a turmoil of ethnic wars. The Tutsi and Hutu genocide shattered the peace that was. Millions of lives were lost in a gruesome genocide, which would have been avoided if differences had been put aside. Our diversity is sometimes used against us by overlords and war puppeteers who preach hate to our African peers so they can fuel conflicts that allow them to exploit our resources, aided by extremist sentiments along the divides of culture, languages and religious arguments. But not all ethnic wars have external sources. Some leaders and dictators use tribalism when allocating national resources. This has caused bitterness for for people in regions languishing in backwardness, who often take up arms causing civil wars and restlessness. So, how do we embrace our diversity and manage it well? Tolerance and openness are tools to embrace and propel. It's important to repel all prejudices and label all stereotypes as vices. Say no to xenophobia, racism, anti-Semitism, tribalism, and sectarianism. Forget the divides that were planted by colonialism. Think as a society and do away with individualism. Whether in socialism or capitalism, we can blossom and shine like the colors of a prism. 21st May is the World Day for Cultural Diversity, celebrated for dialogue and development. This provides us with an opportunity to deepen our understanding of the values of cultural diversity. Where the culture of inclusion breeds sustainable development, let's all think of it as a goal for self-improvement. I'm GNL Zamba, reporting for NewzBeat.
Thank you, GNL Zamba, for that report. Now follow, lend me an ear as elections are getting near. You have a responsibility to check your votability. Verify your information on the local voters registry. It will be posted publicly until 11th May only. Go get your voter status sorted so that we all can vote in February. Quickly act your responsibility and check your votability. That was the news on the beat. Next week will be another hit, Still Lady Sly
And Survivor.
reporting live and direct with love and respect. Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.
Follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat, follow the beat.
Follow the beat.